Delta State government says the Traditional Rulers Council building in Asaba is complete and ready for inauguration. Speaking at the inspection of the building, the Commissioner for Housing, Festus Ochonogo, with his counterpart, Commissioner for Information, Charles Aniagwu, while inspecting other projects, say the gigantic Traditional Rulers Council Secretariat is a deliberate effort to provide the royal fathers a world-class meeting point to contribute to advancing a stronger Delta vision and also build a bridge of peace in their domains.
Traditional rulers are also involved in governance because they are the people helping us at the community level. And if they are involved in governance, it's also critical that government should provide a conducive place for them. And that informed His Excellency's decision to embark on this project so that as our revered fathers, they will have a conducive place, very convenient for their discussion, which will go a long way.
I want to say that I'm very, very happy about what is happening. And the more reason why we are going to continue with this kind of inspection across sectors is because the governor has made it very, very clear that in spite of the fact that we are getting to the midway of our second tenure, that he's very much determined to commission projects even up to May 29, 2023, in which case up to the last day of his being the governor of Delta State.
Now, for more on these developing projects in Delta State, let's go live to Asaba, where the Commissioner for Information, Charles Aniagwu, joins us now. Good to have you, Commissioner. Okay, I trust you can hear me.
Thanks for having me.
Great. So can you tell us...
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. Can you tell us about all these projects? And some would be asking, why now, especially in the light of the fact that Governor Ifeanyi Okowa's administration is due to come to an end in 2 years' time. And as you said just there, he's happy to keep commissioning even till the very last day. What's the assurance that these projects will be completed?
Well, thank you, but I can tell you that for close watchers of the events in Delta State, they won't be asking the question, why now? Because since the last 6 years, commissioning of projects have become a tradition. It's something that we do on a daily basis. Just only a few times that we decide to bring in a major mass media like yours to witness what we're doing. And I can tell you the reason why the governor has been able to keep faith with the promises he made is because he has a strong connection with the people. In 2015, before becoming the governor, he had the privilege of crisscrossing the length and breadth of the 25 local government areas. He interacted with the people, he made promises, and following which, because the people trusted him, they gave him the mandate in 2015. And having assumed that office, he saw the need to continue to keep faith with the promises he made to the people. And that is why in the last 6 years, he has been very busy constructing a number of projects, either in the area of roads, in the area of schools, the area of more hospitals, and of course, also empowering a number of Deltans in the area of job creation. In the area of roads, we have constructed over 1,300 kilometers of road across the length and breadth of our state. And what is unique about our own road construction is that we are not just doing it in the urban centers. We have tried as much as possible to link up our people in the rural communities with those in the urban centers, even as we have continued to give a facelift to our urban centers. If you are used to Asaba, where I'm sitting in the state capital, you will understand that so much has been done to ensure that our capital indeed respond to that name given to it, and then to be able to let people understand that in our state, we make use of the monies that are at our disposal. And then let me also tell you that we are not doing it because of anything in terms of politics. It has become a tradition, like I said earlier. We have continued to do that. Even tomorrow, the former Senate President, Senator Saraki, will also be in town. Beyond commissioning one very major school that we built, he will also be part of a program aimed at empowering the girl child. We have continued to empower both the girl child and, of course, other segments of our society. But tomorrow is another unique occasion for us to ensure that we take a number of persons out of poverty and improve their entrepreneurial skills. That will be and we are determined to continue even up to the last day of the administration on the 29th of May 2023.
All right, I guess it's congratulations to the people, dividends of democracy. After all, this is what was promised to them. But let's talk about the structure of the Traditional Council Secretariat. It's a major one. Would you mind telling us how much was invested in this project and why?
Well, at the moment, I can't place my hand on the amount of funds that we have actually deployed to the construction of that particular project, but I can tell you that it's one masterpiece that anybody will want to behold. The Traditional Rulers Council is also going to house the Directorate of Traditional Affairs, where, just like a ministry, is a directorate that is in charge of the traditional institution in the state, taking cognizance of issues that have to do with a relationship between the government and the traditional institution. So one wing, a particular wing of that building, will house those who have that responsibility. They are civil servants in that regard. But the traditional rulers also have a very big segment, of a very big aspect of that particular structure to take care of their deliberations. And at the same time, if in the event that they are in town and then they are not able to conclude their deliberations on time, facilities have also been provided to house some of their leaders such that they can afford to even host some of their friends while in Asaba, the headquarters, the state capital. But the beauty of it all is that it's more like uniting more the people of the state, because it's going to bring the different ethnic groups and indeed the different communities to one point where they can deliberate on issues affecting the state. And let me tell you that one of the reasons why the Okowa-led administration have been quite successful in a number of provision of infrastructure is the relationship we have maintained with both the youth and the traditional institution. The traditional institution have helped us to ensure that there is peace in our different communities. You do know that long before now, Delta for quite some time happened to be in the news, not always for the good reason. But today, you continue to see good reasons whenever you talk about Delta. It's either it's about development or it's about some form of empowerment of our people. Just about 3 days ago, in the course of commissioning the bridge at Owo and Efronto, the traditional ruler, a professor, said the governor for a very long time had been nicknamed the roadmaster. But that for him, the governor is not just the roadmaster, but the bridge master. And why we are happy is that our people are with us. And so we look forward to much more rewarding months and years ahead, even if it's just about 2 years. The fact is that for every other month, we must have something very, very unique. Individuals occasionally talk about legacy projects. But legacy project for us is something that happens on a daily basis, because when we look at our projects, we first ask, how does it affect our people? What value will it bring to the table? Whether it's in the area of the health sector, or in the area of education sector, or in the area of other infrastructure such as roads. You need to also see the gigantic central secretariat that were built for our people to house a number of our ministries, and of course help us, save us the amount of money that we spend in paying for offices that are not in government buildings. Now, a number of these government establishments will be housed in one spot, thereby making it easy for us to enjoy certain other facilities that will be co-located in that particular environment. And that has been the tradition. The Asaba Stadium, you do know how wonderful it has been, also having to host the Super Eagles and a number of other sporting facilities. We are to having other Nigerians come into our state, because today we are one of the most peaceful states in the country, and we do believe that with peace we will continue along this trajectory of developing our state. And that is why every Delta who means well for the state is quite happy that there's so much peace, particularly most part of the state, even in the creeks. You need to also see our intervention in the creeks. There's one community called Benekuku. If you get to Benekuku today and you see the concentric roads that the Okowa-led administration have built, you begin to wonder, how is it possible in the creeks? If you get to Ugulaha, you get to Korenkuku, get to Ode Shekiri. These are communities, very serene communities, oil-producing communities in the creeks. Today, they are no longer just seen as hamlets or villages in the creeks. They have become quite urbanized on account of development that we've been able to bring to bear in these communities.
Commissioner, it's clear that
yes,
if you had more time, you have so much you could tell us. Thank you so much for the time you did spare.